all able to hear me, एक बार फटाफट chat में confirm करेंगे। आज मैं आपको मिलवाने वाला हूँ काव्यांश, CAT 99.91 percentiler, student at MBA Litmus, right at the same place a couple of years back, and Kavyansh has spent more than a year now at IIM Calcutta. So सबसे पहले welcome Kavyansh, how you doing and how's IIM Calcutta treating you?
Good evening, sir. Thanks a lot for welcoming me. This is going good. I mean, after a lot, this 1 year has been great. Lots of learnings, lots of fun. Uh, and meeting new people every day, I guess. Still, I mean, it's a large batch, and you still get to meet a lot of people every day, learn about their experiences. It's been great. And people actually, I guess, might be thinking, it's a second year, life gets chill, you don't have something to do. But it's not like that, I would say. It's hustling every day, I would say. Even at the first year, even during the second year. You guys will be seeing, my photo from in this thumbnail. It's actually from yesterday only. We were actually going for a presentation and for a case competition, and we were there and there is a belief, I get say, people after receiving the PPO, they will just do nothing and, roam around here and having fun. But in our case, it's not actually like that. People are just, still going on doing case forms and whatnot. They just don't want to sit idle and do it better every day. That's about, current life, and the academics go on. And myself, I've been preparing for my CFA level 2. So apart from academics, every time you come back to the room, you have to study for CFA, and the projects go on. This is a lifestyle, I guess, during your MBA phase that you have to adopt uh, pretty much. And second year is about that. The sports and thing never ends. Yeah. Yeah. So
Absolutely. So Kavyansh, effectively almost I'm sure जो पिक्चर तुमने पेंट किया है वो काफी ज्यादा एकेडमिक ड्रिवन है, बट आई एम श्योर मस्ती मजा भी होता होगा कैंपस के अंदर। क्या करते हो, थोड़ा सा टाइम पास कैसे करते हो कैंपस के अंदर?
that thing, so sir, I guess never stops. Parties at IIM Calcutta is something, जब तुमको करना है, it depends upon you. Every week, वरना तो there is something going on. Right now also there is section wars going on actually. So it's part from PGP ones where they participate intersection sports tournament. So we are there for refereeing, and they are participating. It's a lot of fun actually. And again and again, there are clubs doing their things. Myself, I'm part of Fin Club. We are engaging in events and currently recruiting members. And again, Dramatics Club, where there will be for you for events. And again, party wise, so I would say, you know, तुम्हारे साथ तुम्हारे विंग में दोस्त 10 लोग बैठे हैं, you can just chill out anytime you want, go on, play table tennis, play pool in your common room. So it's great.
Absolutely. So one thing which I remember about Kavyansh from the classrooms is he is pretty much the silent killer. मतलब वो लोग होते हैं ना कि for example let's say continuously अपना काम कर रहे हैं, मतलब एकदम for example सन्नाटे में अपना काम करता रहेगा। और मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि for example let's say he is like the most somebody who's like एकदम for example हर question हर answer, वैसा नहीं, बट कंसिस्टेंटली समबडी हु इज एट इट। अभी भी जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल काव्यांश बात कर रहा है, तुम्हें समझ में आ रहा होगा कि उसका दिमाग वहीं सीएफए और फाइनेंस क्लब के अंदर चल रहा है काम की चीज में उसका दिमाग हमेशा रहता है। तो आई एब्सोल्युटली क्रेडिट दैट, and I also think that maybe the reason why he's also gotten a 99.91 in CAT. So Kavyansh, a lot of people who are listening to you, primarily 120 days to CAT, we would also want to take your inputs in terms of, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of things that you've done well in your journey to achieve a 99.91. I remember so many conversations that we had during that period. And during the preparation phase of quants, DLR, VRC, and then during GDPI also. One thing which effectively stood out is the sincerity and continuous commitment. Correct. So I think that is something which is my end of the story in terms of my understanding of your overall persona. But obviously you know yourself better and you know your preparation better. So why don't you tell everybody who's preparing right now कि कैसे 99.91 लाया जाता है?
So I guess first of all, मतलब कोई दिमाग में नहीं रखता है कि मेरा इतना स्कोर आएगा. Even when I got this score, I was never expecting this. It's just कि, you have to do your best. You are preparing for the best. This is not, result is just the outcome of what you have did in the past months. You never just target this much. So I mean, start with what I was thinking about, firstly, this was my second attempt in CAT 2023. Okay. So CAT 22 was not good for me. I mean, DILR, I messed up. But I learned one thing was that I feared it. I mean, the fear from my CAT preparation and the this paper itself has not gone, and that really messed my paper. So during my preparation to target this fear, what I did was practice, practice n number of DLR sets, practice n number of questions, which just कि कुछ भी क्वेश्चन मेरे पास सामने है, you don't have to fear it, you just have to think about it and just get solving. So that is something I did. So VRC, again, you just can't bounce this off that you have to read something continuously and you have to watch in English, let's say something, talk in English, just surround yourself with it. Okay. Because VRC is something that you have to go with it every day. And, I mean, this is a practice you have to build upon every day. And even coming after to an MBA college, this is something very crucial that you are expected of. Every day in your, let's say, case studies, in your classrooms, you are expected to have this much of ground level knowledge. So VRC, I read Aeon essays and newspapers, and something which was very good, you know, a learning and from VRC perspective was listening to podcasts. I mean, that was something good. Okay. And moving on to DLR. So DLR is one again biggest fear. So what I did was finding the differentiated sets. I mean, don't do again and again, let's say games and tournaments or puzzles or matrices. You have to have a different kind of, let's say, question set for you every single day. I mean, you start with something basics, and this is the last 120 days. You should start getting, differentiated from these topics. Every day, let's say you are solving four sets, so one set from another topic, second question from another topic. It's something I try to accompany in my practice, which really helped me, I would say, because at the end of the day, in the CAT, those four sets will be, you would have never seen those four sets or related to them anyhow in your practice. It's just how these are designed. I mean, this is really great of those cat makers, which they really try to bring in the paper, but this is something you have to tackle in every cat paper. So I would say try practicing the different sets. So one thing that I followed was, I looked at previous mocks because previous mocks and previous CAT papers provide this for you without even, going through that. You have to search for every topic and again. So तुम अलग मतलब mock में तुम्हें वो variety अपने आप आएगा. So just try giving those mocks and previous papers. It really helped me a lot in my prep for CAT 2023. So and again for quants, I would say there were weak topics for me which I learned by giving to CAT 2022. So I mean मेरे से थोड़ा probability वाले let's say या फिर numbers related questions नहीं होते थे. I was do मतलब arithmetic, algebra and geometry हो जाता था. But these were still kind of topics which I didn't want to left behind because this was like my biggest chance again 23. I don't want to mess it up again. You have to have all the things in your hand. You don't want to mess it up again. So I really looked upon these questions and topics again and again. I gave the mocks. I analyzed that these key areas where I was lacking upon. So simple thing you have to do is कि question गलत हो रहा है, just go back through it again कि कौन सा concept लग रहा था, नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, go back to the classes you have been picking up. So again, and MBA Litmus provides you that opportunity, right? Because these classes are loaded upon your dashboards. You have to go through them again and again, find those concepts, go through the questions again, and again mock दोबारा दो. Don't fear it. बिकॉज गलत ही होगा उससे ज्यादा, मॉक है ये, एंड मॉक में ही यू कैन ऑल क्लियर योर फियर। वरना वो अगर एंड डे पे दिखा तो अगेन आई डोंट वांट एनीवन टू रिपीट व्हाट आई डिड। सो quant and again going through quant, I did all my questions, did my practice, and this is something I guess you have to do it continuously. Again, like मैं एक हफ्ता भी अपना prep छोड़ता था तो I would be back to 2 weeks पीछे हो गया हूँ मैं। तो take a step back again, one you go back 2 steps। तो ऐसा सीन अपने आप को नहीं करना है। You are really just going out of your time। मतलब you have 120 days, don't mess even a single day, I would say, because this is very crucial, you never know what's going to happen। So that's about, I would say, the CAT preparation. And something, I guess, more will come along as you go more with your prep. Just let's say 10 to 20 days before this different scenario that is happening in your mind. So I would say continue with the practice with the CAT and आगे और देखते हैं. Let's what to come. And coming to the GDPI prep, I would say, so this past year I have also taken now I've been on the other seat where I've been taking sessions from these students, and I actually understand what do you expect from these. You. So I mean, what we want is like you talk. What story you can build upon. So you have to have something to talk about. Your past, your opinions. What do you make of out of the current surroundings that you have? उनको बस professors को what they want कि तुम बातें कर पाओ उनके साथ, and they really just feel good about this because especially about their subjects। अगर गलती से तुम्हें कोई marketing का prof मिल गया and by chance you are just a marketing guy, that guy would love to talk about his findings and what you really interested about, and that is something you have to build upon every single day because you never know what kind of prof will end up in front of you। तो तुम्हें अपने पास के बारे में ध्यान रखना है। You have to know what you did and why you did it and what did you really learn, because these things matter। These things matter when you come into a B school because these will decide where you will go and what do you want to build upon। तुम्हें आगे क्या करना है, this is the journey you have followed is kind of you know uh, that showcases your skills and results। So GDPI is, I would say, more about this part where you prepare your interview skills, which really comes along in your FSIP prep also when you come to an MBA। So believe it or not, मैंने जब वो क्वेश्चंस करे थे with Sudhanshu Sir said to me like the personal questions, those same questions came upon when during my SIP prep। So मतलब just think upon the value that you're building upon during those time। Don't these are just so valuable and you have to build upon। You never know। So don't think things these lightly, and I would say importance दो इन सब चीजों को, and yeah, every day it's a hustle for everyone।
इनफैक्ट इट्स सच एन अमेजिंग स्टोरी। मतलब एक चीज मैं सब लोगों के लिए पॉइंट आउट करना चाहता हूँ, जितने लोग भी डीआईएलआर के लिए स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं ना, और जितने लोगों ने डीआईएलआर में पिछले सीजन में फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं किया, आई बिलीव काव्यांश इज एन एग्जाम्पल, क्योंकि जिस जिस सब्जेक्ट ने उसको धोया था ना, उसी सब्जेक्ट को 23 में धो दिया, और 99.9 प्लस उस सब्जेक्ट में लेके आया जिसमें उसको सबसे ज्यादा डर लगता था। What's the exact number, Kavyansh? Was it 99.9 something? I'm sure you would remember
Yeah,
that.
so it was around 99.95, I would say। Yeah,
9.95, 9.95 तेरा डीआईएलआर का स्कोर है। वही फॉर एग्जांपल टॉपिक, वो सब्जेक्ट जिसने पिछले एग्जाम में धोया, उसको काव्यांश ने धोया 23 में और इवन हो गया। तो अगर तेरा फॉर एग्जांपल कोई वीक सब्जेक्ट भी है ना, तो ये मत सोचो कि तुम नहीं कर पाएगा, तुम कर सकता है। और तेरे पास कई एग्जाम्पल्स ऐसे हैं जो कि तुमको ये सामने से बता रहे हैं कि भाई मेरा डीआईएलआर ठोका, मैंने डीआईएलआर को ठोका, 99.95 लेके आया डीआईएलआर के अंदर। ठीक है, तो तुम भी कर सकते हो। सो डू नॉट मतलब थिंक कि यार मैं आज डीआईएलआर में खराब हूं तो मेरा हो ही नहीं सकता है, या मैं क्वांट्स में खराब हूं तो मेरा कभी अच्छा स्कोर क्वांट्स में नहीं आएगा। एक प्रॉपर सीजन का प्रिपरेशन और चीजें बदल जाती हैं अगर सिंसियरली करो, अच्छे से करो, प्रॉपर प्रिपरेशन स्ट्रक्चर एंड थॉट प्रोसेस के साथ में। Kavyansh, in fact, I'm sure you would also remember the a lot of discussions that we used to have inside the group also. I keep telling people कि अपने groups के अंदर भी continuously discuss करो, problems को साथ में मिल के solve करो. In fact, for all the people at MBA Litmus, I have an amazing news as well. Kavyansh is also a buddy. So Kavyansh is also your buddy. He's there in your group. ठीक है, he is going to help us out. Last season के अंदर also Kavyansh was a buddy for a lot of our students at MBA Litmus. He's going to be there, help you, support you, guide you. और एक point in time पे last year काव्यांश ने DILR के अंदर बहुत लोगों को ट्रेन किया, बहुत लोगों को घिसा है. एक सब्जेक्ट जो उसका एक वीक सेक्शन था एक पॉइंट इन टाइम पे, ठीक है. नाउ ही इज ट्रेनिंग पीपल इन दैट डायरेक्शन आल्सो, एंड दैट आई बिलीव कि इससे बड़ी बात क्या होगी कि जो सेक्शन तुम्हारा वीक है, अब उस सेक्शन में लोग तुम्हारे सामने आ रहे हैं टिप्स लेने के लिए कि काव्यांश भैया ये DILR समझ नहीं आ रहा है, DILR का क्या करना है, ठीक है. और काफी काफी अमेजिंग सेट्स लास्ट सीजन के अंदर काव्यांश ने भी करे. So we did sets inside the class with me, with Himanshu sir. Kavyansh did a lot of sets inside the group, and that is something which we are going to do this season also. So do not miss out. सारे के सारे तरीके से हम solve करेंगे. And Kavyansh, importance of peer group के बारे में बात करना जरूरी है, because I remember the last time we've had a conversation, and in our group we always मतलब लगातार discussions, doubts, questions, queries. जो लोग inactive हैं group के अंदर, उनको क्या कहना चाहोगे?
Yeah, I would say they are missing out on a lot. I mean, I just can't emphasize any more importance to this peer group thing. I mean, you know, आप समझो यार कि आई मीन दूसरों के बिना इट्स नॉट इवन आई मीन मैं साइलेंट किलर नहीं हूँ भाई आई एम ऑलवेज एक्टिव ऑन द ग्रुप आई मीन जो भी कोई क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है यू आर बिल्डिंग अपॉन दैट यू आर लर्निंग बिकॉज अकेले तुम सब कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते हो यू डोंट हैव द बैंडविड्थ ठीक है तुम इतना कवर ही नहीं कर सकते हो व्हाट अदर पीपल ब्रिंग टू द टेबल यू हैव टू embrace it you have to learn upon a bit मतलब मैं कितने सेट कहीं और से ढूंढ लूंगा यार नहीं ढूंढता था मैं those people actually were putting on this group we were learning together जो मेरे को सेट नहीं आ रहा है I was asking दो जो दूसरे को नहीं आ रहा है I was telling मतलब there's no better way of learning about this. I mean, I really feel bad for those people who are inactive on this group because what MBA Litmus is trying to do is provide you this big opportunity because for what people are killing for, to just be in some group where they can find relative people. Where, I mean, where you have a group where everyone is working upon the same goal. This is very difficult to find, these times. And in MBA itself, what you are doing is, helping, you are getting help from all those people, these different diversified people, yeah, these are helping you. And peer group में actually यही होता है. I mean, you have to have this, mindset because अगर तुम group में inactive हो, I mean, just know how, I don't have any more words to emphasize more importance to this thing. He I actually got a lot of help from those peers. I mean, and again, the sense of, camaraderie and building upon the questions that others are sending, this just too good, man. I mean, no other, I would say, not many coachings are providing you this opportunity. And especially, even if they are, I don't think so. The mentor that you are getting, I mean, Sudhanshu Sir is himself active on those groups every time, 24/7. I mean, how, just think about this. How can a guy be literally active all the time? And that to your own mentor. So this is something great. I would say anytime you can call upon him, anytime you can text him about your doubts and on the group, there will be active people on it who are trying this, who are helping you out. So please don't leave out on these things. I would say these are the best resources you can ever have.
Absolutely.
So I would, yeah.
So in fact, I think हमसे बहुत सारे लोग सुन रहे हैं. Guys, if you believe that this is helpful, if you want, us to bring in such amazing people on the channel, do make sure that you like the stream. It gives us a lot of encouragement for the kind of work that we've been doing, and we'll keep doing that to, motivate you, give you informative content, educational content also, which will help you not just in CAT but in GDPI also, and in the, subsequent preparation as well. काव्यांश, थोड़ी सी बात मॉक के बारे में करते हैं. आई रिमेम्बर व्हेन वी वर टॉकिंग ड्यूरिंग योर प्रिपरेशन डेज, तुम्हारा मॉक के ऊपर काफी एम्फेसिस रहा. मतलब मॉक के अंदर तुमने बहुत काम किया, एंड आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर कि फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से देयर हैव बीन डेज जहाँ पे तुमने एक दिन में मल्टीपल मॉक्स भी किए हैं, करेक्ट? So what should be the mock plan for them? We did have a session in the morning also for mock strategy. I'm hoping कि सब लोगों ने देखा होगा. Let's hear it from Kavyansh in terms of what was his mock strategy. Mock के अंदर मतलब कितने mocks करने चाहिए, क्या frequency रखनी चाहिए, कैसे analyze करना चाहिए?
Before starting this, I would actually say, so be repeater and just listen to this part very carefully because I guess this is going to be your major strategy going ahead. So again, I already told that I was giving questions from mocks, but उसके बाद मैं क्या करता था? I've done my questions, practices. Then I was like, दिन हफ्ते में 2 या 3 मॉक तो देने ही है. That was set for me. कि I started my preparation in June and July. I have already keep my mind कि हफ्ते में 2-3 मॉक मुझे अभी से start करने हैं, जिससे I can do increase this frequency going later on. So for first timers, I would say you can do this 2 times or maybe weekly. But for repeaters, I would say increase this frequency from the starting itself because mocks is the only thing you have to deal with it now. Because यार तुम्हारा first year में you have covered your syllabus, right? First time में हो गया. You have to just furnish this thing more and more कि तुम इस पेपर के पैटर्न को कितना अच्छे से समझ सकते हो. How they are building the questions because there is a simple pattern they are following every time. कि कुछ simple questions there will be in QA every time. There will be a simple set in DLR every time they have to pick up upon first. And there will be passages in the VRC sections which are the easiest. मतलब उसको पिक करने का एक सेंस है जो तुम्हें मॉक से ही मिलेगा. So that really I was building upon this skill where you know कि मैं मॉक में VRC में let's say 3 पैसेज अटेम्प्ट करूंगा 4 पैसेज अटेम्प्ट करूंगा. This strategy was I was building upon which you know I would say is very deterministic of your own skill set because मैं कहूंगा कि मैं VRC में मैं बाकियों से अच्छा नहीं हूँ. Okay, I would be going like 3 passages only क्योंकि I have to build upon my accuracy rather than going all these passages. But मेरे को पता है मैं DL और Q में फोड़ूंगा ही फोड़ूंगा because I've done n number of sets, I've done n number of questions. मेरे उसमें questions बनेंगे ही बनेंगे. So I was trying to build upon my strategy, and that is something you give mocks for. Okay, and let's come to the analyzing part. तुमने mock दिया, पहला mock दिया, let's say on Monday. I would say डोंट वेस्ट योर टाइम एंड लाइक कि मैं ट्यूसडे को दूंगा. उसी शाम बैठो, उसी टाइम देखो कि तुमने क्या करा है, कि कहाँ गलती हुई है, किस टॉपिक में गलती हुई है, किस सेक्शन में गलती हुई है एंड क्यों ही गलती हुई है. बिकॉज यू डोंट वांट टू रिपीट दोस मिस्टेक्स. दैट्स द सिंपल थिंग. दैट्स द लर्निंग यू हैव टू टेक टू योर नेक्स्ट मॉक. कि अगर ये क्वेश्चन आया, अगर ये सेट आया, तो आई वुड नॉट बी यू नो इसे मैं नहीं गलत करने वाला हूँ दोबारा. दैट वाज समथिंग आई वाज रियली लुकिंग अपॉन कि मैं इस क्वेश्चन को कभी गलत नहीं कर रहा था एंड रियली हेल्प. मैं अगले सेट मॉक में जा रहा हूँ, मेरी वो गलती नहीं हो रही है. देयर इज न्यू काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस कमिंग इन दोस मॉक्स. आई मीन आई एम नॉट मैं कुछ और नया गलत कर रहा हूँ लेट्स सी. एंड दैट इज लर्निंग. यही करना है यार मॉक में. एंड लेट्स से अगेन मैंने मॉक दिया, मैं एनालाइज कर रहा हूँ कौन सा गलत था क्वेश्चन. मैंने अगली सुबह लेट्स से ट्यूसडे को वही कॉन्सेप्ट्स आई गो थ्रू अगेन कि मैंने क्यों गलती करी. वाज दिस समथिंग न्यू दैट केम टू मी? वाज दिस लेट्स से आई हैव नेवर बीन अराउंड? सो आई गो थ्रू द वीडियोस कि मैंने कहाँ मिस आउट करा. आई नाउ एंड अब मेरे पे कंसेप्ट आ गया है. नाउ आई गो बैक कि मेरे को ये क्वेश्चंस कहाँ पे मिलेंगे रिलेटेड टू दिस कंसेप्ट, रिलेटेड टू दिस टॉपिक. नाउ आई प्रैक्टिस दोस ऑन ट्यूसडे and then again I tried to give a mock on Wednesday or Thursday. This was my strategy actually. And believe me, अगर तुम्हें लग रहा है this frequency is too low, तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. I at the end of let's say you know nearby October and November I was like हर रोज मैं मॉक दे रहा हूँ. And it really went on around कि मैं सुबह मॉक दे रहा हूँ, दोपहर तक एनालाइज एंड यू नो शाम तक अगेन मॉक. एंड दिस इज नॉट एक्चुअली यू नो रिवेंज टेकिंग मॉक कि लोगों को लगता है यार अभी कम आया है मैं दोबारा मॉक दूंगा अच्छा आ जाएगा. इट्स रियली नॉट. यू हैव टू हैव अ माइंडसेट क्लियर कि ये मेरे को नहीं करना है. फर्स्ट आई हैव टू बिल्ड अपॉन ऑन माय मिस्टेक्स कि वो कहाँ गलत हुआ, देन ओनली यू मूव अहेड. मैं दूसरा अमाउंट एक्चुअली तब देता था जब मेरा अच्छा स्कोर आया क्योंकि मैं मान ही नहीं पा रहा हूँ मेरा इतना अच्छा स्कोर आ गया है. एंड आई एम लाइक ठीक है, यू हैव टू गो विद दिस फ्लो. डील आउट कि तुमने और कहाँ गलती करी है. बिकॉज मेरा उस अच्छे स्कोर वाले मॉक से लर्निंग नहीं हुआ है ज्यादा. आई नीड टू लर्न मोर एंड दिस समथिंग द माइंडसेट आई वाज कैरिंग ऑल अलोंग माय प्रिपरेशन.
Absolutely. In fact, one interesting element which I'd also want to point out to everybody is while he was in his repeat year और काफी concepts के साथ Kavyansh was doing well, but I would hardly find him missing out on classes. So I think एक और चीज दोस्तों, one interesting thing to learn from him as well is to be humble in the preparation. मतलब ये मान के नहीं चल रहा है कि यार मेरे को तो डेफिनेटली आता है, मेरे को क्या जरूरत है क्लास अटेंड करने की. ही वुड बी देयर इन एवरी क्लास. ग्रुप के अंदर डाउट्स आ रहे हैं, ही इज सॉल्विंग. क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं, ही इज सॉल्विंग. क्लास के अंदर ही इज पार्टिसिपेटिंग. क्लास एवरी इन एवरी डैम क्लास, मतलब देयर आर अ फ्यू पीपल दैट आई रिमेंबर कि वो हार्डली एनी क्लास मिस करते थे. सो आई थिंक इफेक्टिवली जो तुमने पढ़ा है उसको अच्छे से ब्रश अप करते जाओ, और ईगो मत रखना यार कि मैं रिपीटर हूँ, मेरे को बहुत आता है, मेरे को अभी फॉर एग्जांपल कुछ और सीखने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, वो मत करना. आई थिंक फॉर एग्जांपल ह्यूमिलिटी गोज अ वेरी लॉन्ग वे, एंड यू कैन सी सच एग्जांपल्स आल्सो इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. And beyond this, I would also say that have that attitude inside the mock also. Do not think that I have studied arithmetic very well, तो भाई ये क्वेश्चन तो अरिथमेटिक का मैं छोड़ूंगा ही नहीं, चांस ही नहीं है कि अरिथमेटिक का क्वेश्चन मेरे से नहीं होगा. I think that is something which we have to learn from such amazing people who've done so well in the past as well. Kavyansh, finally, I think we have talked about mocks also. We've talked about the preparation strategy, preparation journey that you had also with MBA Litmus. I want to also understand a lot of people, in the chat as well as, asking, he's right now, guys, part of the finance campus of the country, and he's also part of the finance club of the finance campus of the country. तो finance club के अंदर काव्यांश is there. तो काव्यांश, finance के लिए जो लोग देख रहे हैं उनके लिए क्या recommend करोगे कि कैसे यहाँ से plan करना चाहिए, and what is the right path for them?
So finance clear actually, first of all, I would say myself, I have shown case. I mean, this spin club से तुम्हें पता लग रहा होगा कि I am also dedicated towards this field itself. So uh, finance clear, I would say, first of all, one thing is to learn is कि what fin companies want is pure knowledge of what you want. I mean, or what you can do. मतलब उन्हें तुम्हारे बैकग्राउंड से कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. लाइक तुम इंजीनियर हो, तुम आई मीन डॉक्टर हो, दे डोंट रियली केयर. दे जस्ट वांट टू नो कि तुम्हें आता है कि नहीं. एंड you can build upon this knowledge from anywhere. Like I would say what I really did was this learn about these simple things. What is DCF, what is investing, what is finance really about. So I actually did my graduation in BCom honors in from Delhi University. So मेरा base थोड़ा वहाँ build हो गया था. But you really can do. I mean, engineer हो तो don't fear out of this thing. I would say those number of, let's say, n number of people going to the fin internships, more than 50% are of engineers itself. So उनको वो knowledge कहाँ से आ रहा है? They are also learning. They are learning from everyone. They are giving these, taking these courses. So again, if I want to name those particular courses, I would say start upon, let's say, from CFA itself. It's a little far-fetched I mean, many people, but तुम्हें वो करना है, I would say. It's a great learning opportunity. And some certifications that I myself did and people coming here do every year. The PGP ones come and they do, and even PGP twos do is the NISM certifications that are for there. And there are, I mean, ये इतना महंगा भी नहीं, I would say. CFA तो I mean, myself, I thought कि यार बहुत expensive पड़ता है, and it's really, is it even worth it? But NISM, I would say many people can go about it, and it's really a worthy certifications, and that any Fin recruiter is looking out for. And thirdly, I would say there's there are some amazing channels on YouTube itself which help you understand what investing is really about, what valuations are really about. Go about it and learn upon it, because these things will carry out in your SIP preparation. Because मतलब यही learn कर रहे हैं यार हम. There's nothing something out of the box we are learning about fin. So I would say these are really key starting preparation methods I would suggest to everyone before coming to the campus. It would gives you a heads up. And believe me or not, I mean, this is not fin, but this is something crucial for every MBA student is these basic Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint things. I mean, you go to the internship also. These are just basic necessities that come out of, expected out of you. कि तुम्हें इतना तो आता ही होगा कि एंड Excel is something again very crucial while you are learning finance because you are building all these models in DCF. तो तुम्हें you're expected कि तुम्हें इतना आता ही होगा. So I would say practice out these things and this will really help if you want to go in this sector.
Absolutely. So, guys, I am hoping that the inputs from Kavyansh would help out a lot of people this season, and let's gun for a lot of 99.9 percentilers this year also. And as I've already mentioned, Kavyansh is also part of the Litmus buddies, people who are going to help you, support you in the journey. So you're going to have a lot of interesting insights coming up through the sessions as well. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. Do like the stream if you believe that this was helpful, understanding tips from a topper, somebody who's been there, done that, went into Joka and doing well there as well. Kavyansh, before we let them all go, if you have any parting thoughts, any inputs for them, that you would want them to remember for the next 120 days.
Yeah, I would say I would like actually, let me show you the weather here. This is just really great at IIM Cal. So, more than 50% of the time, this place is just raining, but that makes it beautiful. Everyone remembers IIM Calcutta because of its seven lakes, but the weather and the greenery is what makes it the best. I mean, not a great, much better view, but this greenery and the rains that have just gone. Can you people see everywhere? Or is
I
it
think
blur, I guess?
it's blurred, Kavyansh.
Sorry.
No worries, no worries.
Yeah. Just think of this. I mean, I could show you lakes around, I could send you photos, but this greenery and this weather is just great. And this is just the view from my own room, and there's just so good. Uh, so I would say this is something you would want to, hustle for every day. This is a view you want to sit around, and I mean, being around these kind of people is something great. So it just was my roommate, I guess, if you could hear. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kavyansh. This was so enlightening for so many people. I hope, guys, this gives you, motivation and also insights. ठीक है तो भैया बहुत सारे लोग बोल रहे हैं कि काव्यांश इज रूट ओवर 1 + tan² c. ठीक है तो मैथमेटिकली इट्स अ ग्रेट कॉम्प्लीमेंट टू यू काव्यांश. है ना. तो बाकी सब लोग भी फटाफट चैट में बताओ जितने लोगों ने थोड़ा बेसिक ट्रिग्नोमेट्री पढ़ा है. मिलते हैं दोस्तों अगले वाले सेशन के अंदर भी ऐसे ही अमेजिंग सेशंस आपके लिए चैनल पे आते रहेंगे. डू मेक श्योर यू सब्सक्राइब एंड ऑल्सो कीप फॉलोइंग लिटमस एज वेल. काफी इंपॉर्टेंट एलिमेंट्स आते रहेंगे. वी कीप ब्रिंगिंग बैक काव्यांश ऑल्सो. ठीक है. काव्यांश के साथ हर कॉन्वर्सेशन काफी एनलाइटनिंग और काफी मजेदार होता है. बहुत ही डीप और गूढ़ और रहस्यमयी बातें करता है काव्यांश. तो बड़े मजे आते हैं. थैंक यू सो मच काव्यांश फॉर दिस वेरी अमेजिंग सेशन. People absolutely loved it. And we obviously wish you the best. You've been part of our family, and this gives us so much happiness, to tell people that people who've been with us in the past are doing so well in the in the present. I'm sure they'll do well in the future as well. Thank you so much for joining in, Kavyansh. God bless you. Have a great day, and I'll catch up soon with you.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot. And best of luck, everyone.
Thank you so much, Kavyansh. That's Kavyansh, guys. 99.91 CAT percentiler, and somebody who was fearing DILR and got a 99.95 in DILR. So I think that's something which is a great learning for everybody. God bless you all, guys. Take care. See you all, and then bye bye.